Here it comes.
Knowledge of the rhymes with a twist of coke. Hear some balloons go up in smoke. Take a deep breath, try not to choke. Intoxication, kiss of poison. Get your real gun, grab you on the low. Play it on loud, will the witch fly home? Spit hot fire on the microphone. The dope so good, they minds all blown. Magic of the Chaldees. A man who laughs in the purple trees. Light bearer, got the sticky icky. Make you sneeze. Twilight zone, haze the jelly beans. I run with a Georgia queen. MK Ultra Project Monarch. Drug the population. Like, who on did you think they were experimenting now? Sugar Skull, wizard walks by. Fire King casts a spell. Hot purple for the eyes. Beetlejuice, Arthur Clown. Bozo Pennywise. Hail Satan, Gypsy Queen of the Comprachi Coast. Knows what I mean. Burning purple licks. Sing with the muses. Orpheus.
Oh, God. Welcome back to Lady Babylon. That so sets the mood for initiating Apocalypse. Thank you, Chewy, and thank you, Teddy Bass. That's gorgeous. Oh, play that one over and over. Oh, God. It's just full of it. It's thick with that radiation. You can wring it out like a sponge. You know what I mean? I love it. I love it. And I'd love to be back with you, Satanic Congregation. It's such a nice place to be. I want to hear your voices more and more. I want to be able to bring up your thoughts out there and to be able to flash those up so people can see those and say, oh, I see the vibrations. Look at that. It's a wave. Perpetuates itself. It's gorgeous. I love it. Oh, here we go. We're going in deep tonight, right? We're not just going to jump in. Look, we're going to be perfectly civil about this, but I got to warn you, this is quite the deal. I'm going to show you some text tonight. We're going to get a little bit of the Black Bible, a little bit of that. We're going to watch the mystery right up front, just a front row seat with these sources. Now, I want to tell you beforehand, any of the sources that I give you that are not in Greek, that are in Coptic, I'm using some Coptic sources, and those I have to give you the translation. We have to rely on the translation together. Fortunately, those Coptic translations are translations of Greek. So if you have ancient Greek, you can see what is in the Coptic. And sometimes the Coptic, the concept will be a little bit, but it'll capture the Greek term, right? It's because those are Coptic translations of what are original Greek, right? Oh, God, it's gorgeous. That's the art of translation, not the art of forgery. Tonight, I'm going to show you right in your face forged Hebrew text, one that you have been reading. Okay? It's a mystery just to figure out how it was done, but it's done so sloppily in the case that I brought you tonight. As investigators, we're going there tonight. We're going to see those ancient languages come to life again. Oh, God, I love it. Come here. Come here. Oh, come here, ancient languages. Let me spank you. Oh, I've got a lot of catharsis to do tonight. I appreciate you allowing me to purge while I'm talking with you. Please talk to me more. Come on. Give me a little bit more. Okay. Let's go ahead and dive in. Now, the first first one right off the bat. Chewy, hit the hyperdrive, please. It's too bad we couldn't have run a little clip for you there or something, but that's the internet that we deal with here, way off the grid, out in the middle of a black hole. The souls, I'm sorry, but people every once in a while, I'm glad that happened, Chewy, right off the bat. We went to Okay, good, fantastic. Happened a couple of times there. Right, big black hole. You know what that was? A bunch of souls getting sucked into this necromantic castle. Oh God. Chewy, we got to get that hyperdrive fixed, right? Does anybody know where we can work on that? Yeah. Low res. Don't you love it? You love it. Some people love it. It's, kind of exciting. It's like old technology. Like you're from the future and I'm from the past. Wouldn't that be funny? Wouldn't that be funny if you all found out I don't really exist? I'm dead. No, here I am. Look, I'm breathing and I have mojo. That's all that matters. Give me the next one. Give me the first slide. Go, hit it, Chewy. Where am I taking you guys tonight? Right? I have seen this new site. Listen, we're with a midwife. Right? Let's just read the text. And the midwife came out of the cave and Salome met her. Oh, that's such a sexy, sexy name. And she said to her, Salome, Salome, I have a new sight to tell you. A virgin has brought forth a thing which her nature does not allow. And Salome said, as the Lord my God lives, unless I put forward my finger and test her condition, I will not believe that a virgin has brought forth. Oh, what is that with the finger? That is technically a palpation, right? You are palpating. It's a form of gynecology, right? She wants to test. She wants to see for herself, right? Oh, and what happens? Now, people, remember, this is all from gospel, right? I'm going to be bringing you tonight the Gospel of Mary Magdalene. I'm going to be bringing you some of the Black Bible, and I just call it the Black Bible because the lie of Christianity, the great lie of Christianity is that we have a great inspired word of God and everything else outside of it. No. These are not keepers of the museum. Here at the museum, we look at everything and we draw our conclusions based on everything. So I'm giving you stuff that most people don't have tonight. And it's going to draw a picture of you that for you that's frightening. So let's get them into it. It's frightening and it's sexy at the same time. So it should be fantastic. Give me the next one. What happened here, people? Look, oh, this is between different copies. And Salome went in. Right? Okay, let's go to this right. And the midwife went in and said to Mary, make yourself ready, for there is no small contention concerning you. And when Mary heard this, she made herself ready. right, for the exam. And Salome put forward her finger to test her condition. And she cried out, saying, "Woe for my wickedness and my unbelief, for I have tempted the living God. And behold," get to the point, so much drama, "my hand falls away from me, consumed by fire." Consumed by fire. What is coming out of Mary? Right? What is coming out of her mother? What kind of special female stuff is going on here? Did you not see that we're with midwives? We're with midwives. Isn't that nice? Look, we jump back in time to midwives. It's a brilliant, gorgeous science. You know what I mean? These women know all the drugs. It's where all the drugs are coming from. Who do you think those wives were of those sons of God with all their drugs and rock and roll? Yeah, this is them. Oh God, give me the next one. Look, people, and behold, an angel of the Lord stood before Salome. Now remember, we are in the drug rites of the mysteries, right? Now, you're going to observe people hearing things and seeing things and interacting with invisible forces. Don't worry. Don't let it scare you. Okay? Okay? The ones I told my students this week, and go ahead and take that down for a second. I want to digress. I told my students this week that I found a form of a pharmacological word or a pharmaceutical term that I had never seen before. It's a category of a drug. And it's based on the philtron, is that drug that gives you the sexual drive, right? If I can give you a drug and I can turn you into a nymphomaniac, I can turn you into a satyr, right? Do you see how I did both sides? Right? Now we just have to do the hermaphroditic combo and we've got the universe. It's fantastic. This is what they're doing, right? Oh, I told you it was going to be sexy. We've got satyrs running around with this new type of drug. So on one side, the philtron gives you this sexual drive, but there's another class that cause you to rage. And the thought came to my mind, why would you want to rage in sexual frenzy? Why would you want to rage? For the sake of the purge. Imagine yourself, satanic congregation, sit on your throne, and please, for a minute, imagine yourself under the influence of maniac rage and complete and total panicked sexual frenzy. You don't care what's going to happen to the nymphs that you chase. This is non-consensual. This is panic from the God himself. Do you understand why Pan is called the nymph chaser? Yeah. Fascinating cult and mystery these Christians have going. It's absolutely gorgeous. Give us this next one. Or that same one. I gotta actually read it. Watch what this happen. This is pretty cool. Salome, right? God the Lord has heard your prayer. Stretch out your hand, right, to the child and touch him, because her hand was burned up, man. She got burning hands, right? What are they doing in these female reproductive tracts that causes paralysis, that causes a intense sensation of being consumed by fire? What do they have in these concoctions, right? We know they're using the purple. I'm going to show you that in a minute, right? But what is it? Remember the little kid? Everybody, take your mind back. Chewy, maybe you have a picture of this. Remember the little kid that was with, oh God, was it the one with Jesus in the park? No, it wasn't the one with Jesus in the park when he was arrested at 4 a.m. When the kid was naked. It wasn't that one. It was another. Oh God, it was another. Oh yeah. Okay, it's coming up. Let's just save it. Go back to the source. Look, I tease. I'm a total tease. I know. Stretch out your hand to the child and touch him. Right. So what's going to happen? We're going to have a healing that she is hearing. And what does she do? She has to reach out to that child. And full of joy, Salome came to the child and touched him and said, I will worship him. Okay. Remember, this is a mystery cult that I have brought you to. They are called Christianoi. Good? Fantastic, right? She touched him, right? She says, I want to worship him, right? Woo! And Salome was healed. Right? She went out of the cave. Wait a minute. Did I forget to mention that this cult was in a cave? You know, you and I just came to the cult. We didn't see where we tromped in. We tromped into a cave. Did you wonder? You thought, oh God, it's because they're so poor. No. No. Where do you think the oracles are being oracular? Right? The Melissae for generations have been raising bees in caves, and they use the bees droning as a form of musical hypnosis. Oh, God. Absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely. Give me the next one. They're the priestesses, right? That's what they call them, the bees. Love it. Anyway, what's going on, Joachim? He said, oh, God. Okay, now look. What have I done? I'm just bringing you to a scene here, right? It's like, imagine we're going from place to place in history. Now I've brought you a child that when it's 3 years old, they take it and they donate it to the temple dudes. Right? What? Do I have to explain to you the art of the lace days? If I have to tell you one more time, I will, but it'll cost you on your little tushy. This is a system. This is a system. When Jesus Christ is getting crucified between two lace tie, and he's screaming when he gets arrested with a naked kid, I'm not a, what did he say? I'm not a pervert. No, he said, I'm not a pedo. No, he didn't say that either. He said, I'm not a trafficker. Yeah, this is business, people. What did you think was going on in the temple with all the teenagers kicking over their shit and stuff? Yeah, this is economic. Do you want to see the economics here and the corruption? Oh, God. Look into the mysteries. People never trust me when I tell them. I'm going to show you tonight. St. Peter would cut your throat in an instant. Yeah. So if you ever see him at a gate, don't turn your back on him. Right? Don't turn your back. Watch this, what he does. You're going to love this, people. It's the Black Bible. Right? Jesus touched me. That was Elvis. Does everyone love Elvis? I do. He's great. Let us call the undefiled daughters of the Hebrews. That's what we need. Undefiled. Hey, gents, let's collect some children and let each one take a lamp. Oh, that's nice, but not for the reason that you would think. Let these be burning in order the child may not turn back and her heart be enticed away from the temple of the Lord. Do you know what they are burning? They are burning drugs. They are raising girls. This is a temple, and it involves the exchange of currencies from all over the world. Mediterranean, Middle East, Africa, Cool. Okay. Not cool in the sense of what they're doing. Right. Fantastic. It's those burning hands, ladies. Give it to me. Next one. Oh, God, late delivery. Oh, all right. Hold on. What do we do with these 3-year-olds? Right. Well, just in case, you do not understand what is going on in these monist cults, let us spell it out for you. Are you ready? Rava, this is Talmudic, right? We're talking about the Mishnah, right? These are the earliest of the early, most influential documents within the monist sect that you and I call Judaism, right? Fantastic. There was another monist sect called Christianity. We're sitting with them in their mysteries. But we're walking in the temple of Jerusalem. Isn't that lovely? Where do you think they're taking these little baby girls? Let's see what happens. Thank you. Monist Rava said that this is what the Mishnah is saying. Okay, explain this stuff to us, please. An adult man who is engaged in intercourse with a minor girl less than 3 years old has done nothing, as intercourse with a girl less than 3 years old is tantamount to poking a finger into the eye. In the case of an eye, after a tear falls from it, another tear forms to replace it. Similarly, geniuses, the ruptured hymen of the girl younger than 3 is restored. What do you do with a drugged 3-year-old in a temple full of dudes? What do you do? Who can be there? Do you know who can be there? Leave that up for a minute, Chewy. Who can be there in the temple? This is history, people. I'm reading you just a text. This is just a translation of a text. I have no ideas about it. I have no opinions about it. It's a text. Right? This is a library. Nothing is canon. Nothing is canon. Fantastic. That's how we preserve the evidence, people. Right? Where did we end up there? We ended up with the idea. Oh God, let's get through that passage before, I want to get through this quickly, because some of your sources from antiquity or late antiquity are very, very difficult to deal with. And this is one of those. We have to, people are averse to teaching the Bible. I think just the opposite. Those aversions should attract us as lessons. We should be using history, reading history, so that we can learn. Yeah, fantastic. Don't you love it? Don't you love it? I love it. I think it's brilliant. Let's go one more time. Let's get rid of that passage. I know it's difficult, people. And a young boy who engaged in intercourse with an adult woman. Okay, now I want everybody just to very, very, very clearly set in your mind that both of the things that were just mentioned are horrendous. They're absolutely horrendous. Yeah. But this is the beating heart of monism. The joke is on you. Yeah, the joke's on you. And all you got to do is look at the evidence. Okay, so a young boy who's engaged in intercourse with an adult woman renders here. This is halakhic, right? We're talking about halakhic law, early Jewish law. As one whose hymen was ruptured by wood. And why would he be talking about wood? Because everybody knows, and I've told you, satanic congregation, the dildos from antiquity are stone, the ones that are described in the text. I'm not an archaeologist personally, right? I had to have a certain amount of archaeological training, and I got the privilege of digging at Megiddo, right? Faceless mule is all I was, just taking dirt here and there. Nobody cared, right? Hearing voices, right? Not like you're thinking, coming from people who were sleeping. Somebody asked about that. By the way, I should announce Sunday we're having an AMA, and the address has been posted from, this is a Reddit, right? We'll have a subreddit, right? Yeah. So I'm answering questions. So it'd be a great time if you had any questions, because I know people do. And now I'll have a set time to sit down and answer all your questions. Fantastic. Let's keep going, shall we? Text up, baby. And with regard to the case of a woman whose hymen was ruptured by wood itself, oh, by the way, ancient dildos, wood, stone, glass, right? Polished like marble, right? This is the kind of stuff, leather, don't forget the leather ones. They use those on the stage, right? Fantastic. They're big productions of the year, the ones that make us democratic. If you don't have a line of people with dildos, you're not democratic, I'll tell you that. Fantastic. And so there is a dispute. Now listen, there's a dispute. So they're talking about a woman who's going to be married, right? And if she's already had intercourse with a boy, how is this solved? Well, one rabbi says it's going to cost 100 dinars. And the other ones say, no, one of them says 200 dinars and one of them says 100, right? Okay. So do you see what the focus is in the ancient text? It's on a very peculiar kind of legality that has to do with the temple practices, with the monist Judaism. Judaism, just like Christianity, sprang from a drug-using sex cult. And it turns out that according to their opinions and views and practices, a 3-year-old can be violated without any legal repercussions. Percussions are drums. We need some drums. Without any legal repercussions. Okay? Do you think the mystery was confined to fantasy and fiction? No, you knew that, satanic congregation. You knew that, right? No. Look, people, sometimes you got to see the horror, right? Sometimes you got to sit there and somebody's got to force your eyes open and they've got to show you the horror. You know why that is? That's so that you will develop an aversion to what is sick. Do you understand? Fantastic. We're training ourselves, right? Hail the congregation indeed. That was wonderful. Fantastic. Put some more of those goodies up as we're going along. Okay. Give me the source, Chewy. These people are not paying for some good source material, right? Yay, Lady Babylon. And her parents went down wondering, praising, and glorifying. Oh, look, these are the people who dropped off their kid, right? And they didn't even turn back, right? Child didn't even look back. She just went with these lace dye. And Mary was in the temple nurtured like a dove. Now, dove immediately sets off anybody who's read a little bit of classical literature as a mystery associated word. Unfortunately, due to the nature of our text, that this is a translation from a Greek original, right? You can't say precisely, but if they have nailed it in their language with the dove, they're not talking about birds. They're talking about priestesses. Everybody calls them that. Why do you think it was that Jesus saw a dove? You think he saw that bird? Pecky, pecky, pecky. No. You remember the prostitutes that were in the courtyard when Peter was there after the arrest? Right? And they're putting his lace on trial. Right? They're discussing what to do with him, and the prostitutes recognize Peter. This is the dove. Did you wonder how she got there in the temple courtyard? What's she doing there? What are these people doing there? Why are there so many prostitutes around here? It's a temple, you moron. These are temple practices, right? You understand why people are going in, causing disruption, right? Eventually, the Romans were like, no, that's it. That's it. Nope. Nope. Right? Rome's pacification of the Mediterranean was welcomed by most people. When you got to the backwoods, and don't make any mistake, historically, Judea, the province from which both Judaism and Christianity sprang, they found their origins right there. Yeah, right. Both of them are mysteries. Both of them are straight out of that temple practice where you employ female prostitutes who are underage. And if you are involved with one and she is 3, it is okay. Do you understand why there's tables of money outside the temple? Do you understand? Do you understand why Jesus Christ, who was arrested in a public park with a naked kid screaming, "I am not a lace days"? Do you understand why he was in that temple with a bunch of young kids breaking things up? Oh, don't think for a minute it was because he had pure God-loving intentions. No, he had his own group of prostitutes. They did the boy thing, right? That's why in one of the accounts, one of the apostles is able to get by to see the judgment because he knew one of the priests on the inside. What happened? The rabbis would go fishing with the boys. Do you understand? There's a reason judges do that on boats of wealthy people. Do you think that this is your future is a reflection of a present that was unique? It's not. It's not. I love that. That was from the Watchers, by the way. And the people who were asking about the Watchers, just, somebody said that. What about the Watchers? Oh, God, love it. It's a great job if you think about it, right? What are you supposed to do? You just watch, man. You go in, watch. Yeah, it's fantastic. Give me the next one. Let's go. When she was 12 years old, so they took Mary when she was 12, right? What is she? She's been dedicated there since 3, right? And don't worry about what happened to her because it was all legal. It was all perfectly legal, right? There took place a council of the priests, right? These genius priests got together and said, "Behold, Mary has become 12." And you know what that means. What then shall we do with her, that she may not pollute the sanctuary of the Lord God? She's pubescent. You know what that means? You know what that means? Your activity with her, your nourishment, as you call it, of her with the purple, that kind of thing is going to be very risky now because she could conceive. She could conceive. And what happens if she conceives in the temple? What do you think that child is? Ding, ding, ding. A son of God. Maybe a daughter. Oh, that's amazing. That's amazing. Do you see that there is no fairy tale? Satanic congregation, I just want to step off for a minute and say, please tell me you understand. Please tell me there's no fantasy world, right? It turns out in that way, the scientists are right, right? Now, there's dimensions and there's a universe that has strings from here to there and ways of moving and a brilliance to it, a story to Thanks for that. I appreciate the break. I appreciate the break. Give me the source, Chewy, please. Give me the source. What are they trying to do? Mary, made, ready, the purple. I told you, right? These are Baptists, after all, that we're talking about, right? This is dying with psychedelics. How cool is that, by the way? Right? Now, it burns. It burns. Remember where Mary burns. She burns in her female reproductive tract from the time that she is 3. Okay? All right. When she gets 12, they decide everybody brings in a stick. They're going to mix the sticks up and pick one out. And whoever gets it gets her. Cool? And the whole village comes down. The whole surrounding Jerusalem. God, let's get. I got my stick. Oh, look at his stick. His stick's tiny. They're never going to pick that one. Right? And what happens? Joseph. What's wrong with you, you old pervert? Oh, it's it's a need. I got to do it. Oh, yeah. I'm not going to touch her. Yeah, whatever. Do you understand your sacred holy family are a bunch of perverts, lace-stick perverts who think it's okay to violate a child that's 3 years old? Right? Doesn't matter, male or female. Which one? Take a pick. Right? It's a market, a human trafficking market. You mean monism, Amen? Let me just get this straight. Monism, like Judaism, Christianity, Islam, those spring from a common child trafficking well. Yes. Yeah, those are your origins. Those are your origins. Nice religions you've got. Yeah, that's what I'd say. If I was a watcher, I'd say nice religions. Guess what, Zeus? This one's got to go. And what happens? Boom! You got a tyrant. You know, you can't get rid of it. You can't get rid of it. And it's going to make you sick. Right? That's how the universe works. Buck up, baby. buck up and put it right into that music. Yeah. Oh, God, I love it. The attitude of these people in antiquity, oh, God, fuels me. It fuels me. Look at these freaks. Let's look at another. Right, again, remember, they're taking drugs to make them rage and be horny at the same time. Right? Satyrs, man. Satyrs, menads. Menads. God, punch me, huh? You know what I mean? Give me the next one. Now, I'm going to bring you a little bit of Greek, just for a little side look here. What kind of side window we have? Yeah, the form. This is from Isaiah, right? Which all of the, this is from the Septuagint, okay? Which people will say, well, the author was a dude named Isaiah. From freaking tradition. They have nothing that says Isaiah was an actual dude, right? Which is weird because they do for all these Greeks, right? Okay, the forgery, I'm telling you. So we're looking at the Septuagint. And what does the Septuagint say? This is in Isaiah. And we're talking about Christ. Okay? His form is not, greatly honored, right? And he's not really regarded highly by people. He is an anthropos in plege who knows how to ferein malakia. He's a what? Who does what? These are the verses that the Christians will use. These are the verses that they will quote. These are the verses that are swimming in the mind of Jesus. These are his verses. Are you ready? He's a man in plege. What does it mean to be in plege? Give me the next one, Chewy. What does it mean to be in plege? Right? What are these stripes? Look, strokes. You're getting hit with something. You're getting beaten by something, right? Some kind of lightning. You're getting struck, right? Okay, give me the next one. What is a man who is in this? Well, it comes from this Greek verb, pleso. And look at the first sources they cite. Nicander's Alexipharmaca. Do you know who Nicander was? He was an ancient priest of Apollo, which means he did all the drugs and wrote about them. Two of his works. Right. When I say priest of Apollo, by the way, you better be thanking musician. Right? You better be thanking lyres and stringed instruments and songs. Yeah. Drugs, medicine, healing. This is the cult of Apollo. Drugs, medicine, healing, and music. The music is the vehicle because they're not just healing your body, they're healing your mind and your soul. That's right. And you won't be such a pervert. Isn't that a nice side effect? Oh, if you take this off of society, as the watchers will tell you, you don't purge. And what happens when you don't purge? You get a bunch of perverts, a bunch of monist perverts. Somebody's going to get dressed in dresses pretty soon. I know. Go out and get your burqas. Right? It's fantastic. Get back in that house. Hey, lady, get back in that house. This is for you. This is for all you submissives. You know who I'm talking about, submissives out there. Yeah, you look at him. You look in your husband's eyes. You look at him and you know he falls short. But Jesus loves him and Jesus loves you. But you know what? The devil loves you more, baby. Yes. Do you see how you put a little... It's the combos in the drugs that they're using. It's the rage plus the sexuality. God. Okay. This is the mystery. This is what they're doing in the temples. Do you understand? In the temples. Fantastic. Scary, isn't it? Scary, but hey, reality's scary, man. It's dangerous and scary stuff. Right? Right back at you, right? Devil says right back at you. Right? You know what I mean? That's mojo. One thing is the devil knows he's got mojo. You know what I mean? He does too. Why so much mojo? Did you see Eve? Did you see her? Right? I wasn't about to keep her out of that. Right? The mystery. Eyes open. Isn't it gorgeous? Eyes open. Give it to me. Sting, the thing. What is Jesus? He's the prophetic man within the sting. And when I say sting, what do I mean? I mean real stings. Look, what does it say here in Greek? The one stung by the scorpion. Right? Stung by the scorpion. Love it. And what else is this man, this prophetic man of God? What else? They're in the sting, and the sting is the vehicle for the music, for the songs, for the voice. Do you understand? That's what it says there. That's what it says there in Greek. Okay, very elegantly, I might add. Like very balanced too, with that main verb right there in the middle. It's kind of, ooh, yeah. And they've got a hutosi and a hutos that's sort of correlating. Oh, God. Things struck and things voiced. Do you know what happens when I strike your bottom? You scream. You scream. What happens if we are in an ancient mystery and I have given all of you drugs that induce hypersexuality and drugs that induce rage, maniac rage? What happens? People start getting whipped. Now, we hand out whips beforehand, right? So, it's a cult thing, right? I mean, you don't want to be spontaneous with this stuff, right? Somebody will grab a branch or something, right? Do you have your did you have your past to Christian land? Right? I'm telling you, this is the Black Bible. You know why they took this stuff out, man? Why they say, oh no, we can't accept that. It was never unaccepted until you came along. Right? And what kinds of things are trying to be covered up? Right? It's gorgeous. The history of these texts is absolutely gorgeous. And the good thing is you can just let the text speak for themselves. Speaking of that, Chewy, drugs and music have always gone together. Whoever said that, you're exactly right. You're exactly right. Has something to do with paideia. Paideia. That's your brain nourishment. Right? More than that. That was a terrible way to refer to it. No, it's more than brain. Right? It's your whole being. It's the nourishment of your being. Right? Oh, God. And what do you need? It turns out you need a whole bunch of stuff that grows out of the ground. Some of it's fungi, some of it's plants, some of it's animal toxins. Did you know you needed animal toxins? We could have revved you up. Right? You could have been all you can be. Right? Did I say that right? I don't know. You know what I mean? Be all you can be. Right? You could have been that, but you weren't. Why? Because you sucked on chemicals that kill you instead of the ones that are there to make you healthy. The watchers think that we are stupid. And I can't blame them. I can't blame them. That's why when people say things like, oh, you're this or that, trying to compliment something you've done. No, stop it. We're on a ship all together, and we're all clowns, brah. We're all clowns. Welcome to the clown car. Isn't that nice? Woo! Who's driving? Hitler. Fantastic. Let's go. Oh my God. Right? Did you see the sharpness of that? I wrote that line. I don't care, because in the future they're going to find out, dude. Give me the, you know what I mean? They're all watching. Oh God. Yeah. What is it for this Son of God, this man? What is he? He's got to be struck by something, like a wine overpowers the senses. And by the way, the verb that this is from is a Pulaskian word. We know that from the double sigmas that come out taus, right? Those are Pulaskian, right? Thessaly. It's where all those gorgeous Pulaskian women came from. Oh God, we need some. Where are these Pulaskian women? Wine. Give me the next one. Here, and people, just in case you thought the music was too far away, look, plektron. What is a plektron in Greek? Right? Look at how the Dorians say it. Plaktron. They have these things all over the place. They don't play them as good in Sparta as they do in Athens. Trust me. Right? What are they? It's an instrument for striking the strings of a stringed instrument. Right? So it's the equivalent of a pick. I would say, I think. Oh, so glad you could have a little break there to get yourself settled. That's nice. Thank you very much. Now come back in the room, sit down. We're still here, right? Still broadcasting. You know what's happening is we're trying to phase us out, right? So that the timeline doesn't get corrected. I would give anything to hear her song. That's the exact, I feel for you, Zero. Right? I got you. You and I, we're there. We're there, bro. Or lady, friend. I don't know. I don't know. It's hard to tell. You know what I mean? Give me the next one. People. Look at this. What else does he do? The Jesus man, he carries the Malachion. This is straight from Isaiah's mouth, from his opening. Here's a Malachion. What is that? What does Jesus know how to do? Give it to me, Chewy. Give it to me. It's too much anticipation. Look at this, people. Malakia. It comes from malakos, which means soft, right? Soft. It means a softness, right? Hints of persons, right? Some kind of weakness, some moral weakness, as opposed to a kateria, which is the strength, right? Now look at number 2. What is this softness? It is kinaideia. Kinaideia. Do you know what we just stumbled upon? Isaiah, the prophet, who doesn't really exist back in the 8th century when they pretend they project him, right? There's no evidence, zero, nothing, right? Anyway, or for the language for that matter. Look, there's a rock with a scratching on it. Could be an aleph. Nope. How about some amulets? I'll tell you some amulets. Here's the funny thing. What is kinaideia? Kinaideia. The malakia that the soter engages in is kinaideia. Give me the next one. And let's see what it is for the people who haven't yet seen it. People here, what is it? Canidas. It's a catamite. And you say, oh, I have no idea what that is because I don't run around. Please, tomorrow at your workplaces, right? Please use the term catamite, please, and see if you get any sort of response. Just, do it kind of subconsciously. Be walking and say, hey, Carol, how you doing, catamite? Right? And just keep on going. Right? It's kind of snappy and it's kind of, ooh, but what does it mean? Well, in a Victorian sense, it's a lewd fellow. You know who I'm talking about. Those boys. Those public dancing boys. What do? They do a special dance with, give me the next one. They do a special dance with the booty. Right? Look at this. Look at this. Here's the booty dance. Right? And what does the booty dance equal? It equals the yunks, a magical device, and it equals pugus. Now, pugus is the Greek word for buttocks, and seis is the root for shake. Shake your buttocks is what this word translates as. Yeah. Oh, pugus. Right? Do you understand what the Christ does? The Christ is into the boy booty dance. The boy booty dance. Now, many of you who have not yet joined the congregation, that will cause you to feel a little bit queasy. Please, in order to purge that stuff, take it to somebody that you know. Take it to somebody, yes, ancient twerking, you got it. Take it, well, except for one thing. When you twerk, it's not a sexual act, right? It's just a dance. It's just a display. We're talking, the booty dance has to do with two people. Okay? You understand? Yeah. Jesus, the Christ, is not innocent. He do the booty dance. Give it to me. Give me the next one. Or can you show him? Did you get the booty dance in there? I don't know. Oh, God, you did. What is... Oh, wait a minute. Just wait. Oh, people, sometimes Chewy, I'm going to look this thing right in the eye. Sometimes Chewy is able to reach in to these ancient practices and pull out such a magical, beautiful, oh my God, what is happening? Right? Oh no. There it is. There he is. Now, you say, wait a minute. Jesus Christ does not have horns. Okay? How many people out there, satanic congregation, you're saying to yourself now, you're like, oh, look what he's going to do. He's going to give Jesus Christ horns. He's going to give Jesus Christ horns. Are you ready? Muse. Show me Jesus Christ with horns. Show me, please. Tonight, Muse, show me. Go ahead and give me the next one. It's coming. It's coming. There's the yunks. I just wanted you to see that. A spell or charm. You got to realize we're in the middle of drugs. Go. Give me the next one, but you know that. Here's the pugus, right? Okay. Right, fine. Good for you. And here, people, is the Latin term for sacred sodomy. Right? Sacred. What is that? Sacred anal intercourse. The words in Latin are pigikiaka sacra. Doesn't it have a nice line? Pigikiaka sacra. Pigikiaka sacra. Right? You know what I mean? You could put some castanets or something like that, and you get a, which is what they're doing, people. What? It's the dance. If you don't have any music for this, you're in the wrong place. You're just a pervert. Right? This is temple stuff, people. Do the booty dance. Right? Give me the next one. Don't you love that? Oh, he is. You know he is. People, the horns are coming up, but I want you to know for sure. I'm going to say, God, give us a sign. Give us a virgin who's going to conceive and bear a child, and we're going to call his name Emmanuel. Emmanuel. And everybody says, oh, Hebrew. Who says? Because that word doesn't exist anywhere outside of Greek at the time that it is written. Yeah. Zero. It doesn't exist. Right? What could it be? What could this Christ prophet possibly be? What is the derivation of this name? It is the God of what? The God of what? Oh, here. No, go to the next one. Wait. Boom. It's the God of what? Of Amanes, of the frantic raving. The Bacchic divinity in flesh with the strike of the lightning. Yeah, Judaism and Christianity are Bacchic revelries, right? That's why you have saviors. It's why you have visions. It's why you have a place that you can go to so you can hear the voice of God. And it's why you can drop your 3-year-olds off and we'll take care of them. Give me the next one. Now, how does this come out in the Hebrew? I'm going to show you the forgery, right? But consider this the news. Look, the devil is watching the news. He's got that nice painting of me down there. I like that. Look at the devil. By the way, for she who did this painting, thank you very much. Thank you very much for allowing us to use the art. I love that. What is the word? I just want you to look at a Hebrew word here, right? And just notice, first of all, the definition, right? Sign, token, mark, miracle. A signal as a flag, a beacon, a monument, an omen, a prodigy, evidence. Now, if you ask me, this looks like one of the most complex words in ancient Hebrew that I've ever seen, because if you start going over their lexicon, you'll see it's very basic. They only have 7,000 words, and they're very basic words, right? So to have one at this level is confusing to me as somebody who studies ancient languages. Now, what is even more confusing to me, if you'll notice, as they did in the corresponding Greek that we have, semeion. Now, semeion is, in fact, everything from that definition. Precisely. So, you're telling me, people, this is where it breaks. This is where those studies go to hell, because this is evidence showing that this is forgery, right? So you have a Greek word that means exactly this variety, everything from the flag to the oracle, right? And in this sign, the semeion, you're going to have two completely different languages that have one word that means all of those varieties, adding up to exactly the same term. If that's the case, it's the first time it's ever fucking happened. Do you understand? This is a forgery. What we are doing is you're seeing the creation of a non-existent Hebrew term to cover the Greek. And how do we know that? Because at the time, there is Greek, and there is not Hebrew literature. Doesn't exist. It's a dead language, like all the other ones that got hit on the road by great mother Greek. Sorry. Right? I'm not Greek. It's not like I'm promoting Greek or something. Greek people. Wee! No. I'm showing you the superiority of this beautiful ancient language that gave us all of our talents that we have today. We can use those, or we can burn down libraries. It's up to you. Give me the next one. Right? No, it's not really. That's not what the devil said anyway. I want to give you a couple of more, right? Yeah, this isn't Look at the bottom. Look at the bottom. What are we going to get, people? What are we going to get? We're going to get sperma macrobion. Sperma macrobion. What are we looking for? You know what sperma is? That's seed, right? Can also be offspring. But what is something that is macrobion? That is macrobion. What are we looking for? What are we looking for? We're looking for something that is long-lived, right? Like, look at this quote here. Aethiopes hoi macrobioi. Right? What is that? What is that? Well, it's the Abyssinian people. These are, look at the bottom of the paragraph. You got Rhodian nymphs who got this thing. Okay. You mean long-lived and kind of immortal, right? I mean, that's where we're going. Exactly. We're talking the Abyssinian. What is an Abyssinian? Let's summon the ghost of Thomas or Samuel. Who the hell are we going to summon? It's Coleridge. Sam, come here. Oh, this friggin' opium addict. Look at him. Look at him. Right there. That dude was so ripped on opium. He had a hard time, man. He couldn't dump for weeks on a ship once. He got himself in big trouble. He was a big opium user. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, there he is. But in one of his opium dreams, he had a visitation. He had a visitation. And what do you think was swimming around in this dude's mind? Would you be surprised if I told you Greek? Did you know there are people through time who have been preserving these rites right in front of our faces? This Sam is one of them. Give it to us. Give it to us. Sam, give us a little bit of your voice, baby. A damsel with a dulcimer. In a vision once I saw, this is in an opium vision he had, it was an Abyssinian maid, and on her dulcimer she played, string of Mount Tabora. Could I revive within me her symphony and song? Blah, 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 hoo-ha. Give me the next one. But oh, now, when I took you from the height there, and now I'm slamming you down. But oh, that deep romantic chasm, which slanted down the green hill athwart a cedar cover, a savage place as holy and enchanted as ever beneath a waning moon was haunted by woman, wailing for her demon lover. Do you understand? Do you have eyes to see? Because in Xanadu did Kubla Khan a stately pleasure dome decree, where Alf the sacred river ran through caverns measureless to man, down to a sunless sea. Okay, right? Everybody who gets it, get in the car. Give me the next one. You. Oh, we're back. Fantastic. Fantastic. You can come back, people. Right? Just fast forward at those points. In one of the series of autobiographical letters, we're going to read. We're going to read Sam's own words, right? Thomas Poole. We just did. I mean, that was his poetry, but we're going to read his opinion of stuff, right? Coleridge wrote, at 6 years old, I remember to have read Belisarius, Robinson Crusoe. God, he makes me sound like an idiot. And then I found the Arabian Nights. One tale of what were you doing at 6? I didn't even know Jesus, I think I may have been wearing a diaper. I don't know. Made so deep an impression on me. One tale of which, no, hang on, sorry. One tale of which one turned you on at 6? The tale of a man who was compelled to seek for a pure virgin. Okay. Made so deep an impression on me. I had read it in the evening while my mother was mending stockings, that I was haunted by the specters whenever I was in the dark. Oh, this poor kid really impacted him. 6 years old. Who put the Arabian Nights out there? And I distinctly remember the anxious and fearful eagerness with which I used to watch the window in which the books lay. And whenever the sun lay upon them, I would seize it, carry it by the wall, and bask and read. And read. This is the guy who went to the caves of ice. This is the man who is that prophet. Yeah. This is the one who brings the vision to you. To you. I enjoyed the inestimable advantage of a very sensible, though at the same time a very severe master. At the same time that we were studying the Greek tragic poets. Oh God, this kid in grade school is studying Greek tragic poets? What did they do to his brain? My God, do you realize what we could do? Look what happened. He made us read Shakespeare and Milton. Well, that's why you started the opium, dude. You should have stuck with the Greek tragic poets. They were lessons, and they were the lessons too, which required the most time and trouble to bring up so as to escape his censure. Okay, so you had a hard time. Who cares, right? But I want you to see the poet who makes the connections and how powerful that Greek is. He's not reading any sort of ancient Middle Eastern language. And why is that? Because all that is left are these terrible palace lists and this stuff, this junk that they pawn. They try to pawn it all as this is literature. It is not literature. Enkidu. You know what Enkidu's doing in hell? You know what he's doing in hell? Yeah. I got a special place for him. Yeah, it's a hole. I keep him in the hole. And every once in a while I come by and I defecate on him. Yeah, I think it's fitting for him to know what he is. Your poop. Do you know how good it is to say that? Because scholars can't say that. Can you imagine if I was at University of Big State and I said something like this? I'd be sitting in my supervisor's office the next morning with this recording. Yeah, right. But I can say that I'm free. And that's why you people love me. Poop hole indeed. Right? Poop hole. Did we see the sacred? We saw the sacred sodomy tonight, right? We might as well. Why does it stink? No, it doesn't stink, right? It's all video. Don't worry. Give it to me. Where are we going, people? Don't say things that are just scientific, bro. King James, and he made his grave with the wicked. I don't even know why. These were terrible translations. Yeah, these were terrible. Okay, go down to here. Forget that. Go down to here. No, this one, Chewy. Forget all that. There we go. Here's a nice little phrase. Look, people, here's that thing I talked about before. The concept, right, of musical sounds are coming from the striking of those chords, right? When I say chord, I don't mean like musical chord. I mean like, catgut, whatever they use, intestines that they use to stretch out, right, to make their strings for their musical instruments, right? We're striking those with that plectron. And from that comes that voice, right? That cosmic voice. And you can see then what these groups of cults are trying to harness. Now you know why Jesus takes his prostitute apostles, these teenage boys, he takes them out at night to the garden, right? Now you know why he does. Okay. He is doing the very same thing they're doing in the temple, right? He's performing the very same practices. And it's Mary who comes out on the short end of the stick, literally. Okay. Give me the next. Give me the next. It's sad. It's sad. You know what I mean? Devil hates to be sad, but he also hates it when people lie to little girls like Eve. You know what I mean? Look at the sound of the sound. It's something endowed with speech or vocal, with phonesis, right? Now look at number 2. Musically, it's used of the lyre. That lyre, think of it this way. The guitar, if you were to hear the guitar, would you think that's the guitar speaking? If you do, you have the soul of an ancient Greek. Okay. If you don't, well, you know, maybe you got a dead Persian inside of you, or maybe I don't know, one of those Scythians that we can't even get near, because those women are fierce, baby. I know it's sexy and we love them, baby. Right? But those women are fierce. They won't let you get close to them. Yeah, great. Look at the vowels at the bottom, by the way, just in case. There's music. There's magic in music. For those of you who didn't know, look at the very bottom, consisting of vowels, only of a spell. That's why you use those vowels in spells, right? Because the music is part of the magic. It shares a basic element. Like 2, I heard this, I don't quite understand it, but 2 strings vibrating at the same frequency, you know, boom, the other one likes it. Oh God, it finds a sweet spot. Oh, vibrates in that same place. You got magic, and it's sexy, baby. And you can cause people to enter into the state of mania. Now, all you need are the drugs and the music. Oh God. Can you imagine that? Let's go to church there. I think, Martha, I want to go to church there. No, you don't have to come with me, right? Oh, God, which one of you perverts had that in your head? Let's go. Oh, yeah. Oh, what do I? Oh, no. There's a Christ in here. Look at verse 12. What am I taking this from? I'm taking this from the Septuagint people. I just want you to look at the third line from the bottom. Hagion elion to Christon. Right? Remember when I told you that Christ is a form of drug? Right? You have Christing drugs, and you have drugs that you swallow, and drugs that you insert, right? Drugs that you burn, and you have Christing drugs. These are the ones that you put into the eyes typically. I told you that, right? Right? This is a specific type. This oil is not regular oil. It's a Christ. Okay, so this is just good old-fashioned. Give me the next one. This is just good old-fashioned Septuagint. The priests, why am I giving you this? Because I want you to see that the priests that are involved with the 3-year-old girls, right, that they are these prophetic Christs. And now you know why. Now you know why those prophecies about Christ are so important, and why some of them show up on the Hebrew forgery and some don't, right? You can take the Hebrew forgery of the Septuagint and you can study exactly what the motives of the people were who created it, right? And the fingerprint's always there. The apocalyptic fingerprint is always there. They can't escape, because that's what they were thinking about, right? Keep going. Keep going. It's okay. We're just talking about Christ. Keep going. Being connected with prophecy. Right? That's all. Look, people, I'm going to translate this one straight up. And the Lord, right, came into the heavens, and he made a sound of lightning, and he judged the heights of the earth. Right? And he's going to give us what? He's going to give some kind of strength to the kings. Right? And he's going to hold up to the heights the horns of his Christ. Boom. I told you, we just made history. Did you know Jesus was horned? Did you know he was horned? No, you didn't. But through time, There have been those of us who have, and those of us who have tried to show you. We have tried to spell it out, right? Look for the horns, man. What does this God do? This God exalts, raises up the horned Christ. The horned Christ. This is the prophetic Jesus. Yasos. Nice. Nice. Are we going to pray to Yao? I think we are. I see you. I see you, Jesus Christ, with your horns. I see him. Didn't Michelangelo look? Why? Look, Michelangelo put Moses in horns. Why can't I show Jesus in horns? Right? Right? There he is, right out of the text. Michelangelo can suck it, right? Fantastic. Give it to me. Right? I still love you, Mike. You know I do. There it is for the raising up. Yeah, it's the Greek for raising up. Oh, you know what I wanted to show you with this? This is funny. Look at the bottom three definitions, right? This is the Greek verb for that raising up. And look at definition number 3, right? So what is it? Astronomically, it's of planets that mount to the north of the ecliptic. What? Okay, wait. I'm already lost, right? Please. I'm sorry. I told you I was dumb. Look at number 4. Astrology of planets. It's when they attain exaltation, that is maximum apotalismata. Or no, apotalismatic, excuse me, efficiency. What the heck? What? This? Now, I just want you to see, we go from a level of the Hebrew with just basic words, run and jump and play and that kind of thing. You go to this level where the concepts take on a whole new technical expertise. And that is the sign of a well-developed lady right there. I love it. You know what I mean? She's got guns on her. No, don't turn your back on Lady Greek. You know what I mean? She will punch you out. Give me the next one. Give me the next one. Oh, the Lord is a witness among us. His Christ is a witness too. Right? So this Christing figure that was there, that's involved in the Malakia, it's only because the Lord has him there. Wait a minute. Did you just say Yahoo and Jesus got a thing going on between them? Oh my God. What blasphemy. What blasphemy. Do you know why you have a Christ? Do you know why you have a Christ? Because you've taken that boy in antiquity. You've taken that boy and you've castrated him. And now you're Christing him with drugs that will force him to be sexual. And you and he will engage. Welcome to the ancient monist cult. Fantastic. God, it's like waking up. You know what I mean? It's like, dude, I did not sign up for this. So... right. Well, somebody's got to bring out the trash, right? Somebody's got to point it out. I got a few more in me. Look, I just want you to see in this second line, ho hieros, ho Christos. What is the Christed? The Christed is the priest. This is not an unfamiliar form. The whole use of drugs and the rites, look in the third line. Look, they use the base for the rites themselves to describe what's going on. And by the way, in this passage is bull's blood. Bull's blood. And you think, oh, I know what that is. You sacrifice and you yet no, you don't know what that is. And you never will. There are curatives that are given for bull's blood. Megale arche, because it's one of the mystery drugs. Yeah, fantastic, right? Again, look at the bottom 3 lines really quick. Just look at the bottom line. Look at the first word. People, zero in. First word, Sabaoth. Sabaoth. Who is this dude? Right? Who's the one they're describing? He is Zelos. Curio Sabaoth. This is that zealot, baby. That zealot of the Lord, Sabaoth, right? And what is that? That's that bottom left-hand word, that's a word that's used in magical texts. It's a word that's used in magical texts. Who are we invoking? Yao. Yao. Right? Do you understand? Okay, give me the next. Hurry. Let's go, people. King James. Oh, the zeal of the Lord of hosts will perform this. Nice translation. Look what the Hebrew does. You can look at the Hebrew through the English. Totally screws it up, right? Totally. Right? And for those of you who have ears to hear, I'm happy. I'm happy. Go to the next one. Go to the next one. The Savior said there is no sin. This is from the Gospel now of Mary. Mary Magdalene. But it is you who make sin when you do the things that are like the nature of adultery. Do you understand that? Like the nature of adultery. Right? What is the state that Philip and Thomas and Jesus enter into when they are with their sexual partners who are being initiated in the cult? They consider it a form of exorcism, casting out the bad demons. Right? All right. Do you know why Jesus is an exorcist? That's a sexual thing. Right? All the modern day exorcists, it's such a laughing joke that you perverts have jobs that were filled by a dude that was sexually abusing people, making them eat his, you know what? We have that reference tonight, don't we? Oh, Jesus, we have all of you. We have all your stuff. We have all your stuff. Give me the next one. It's almost done, but it's coming through. And then people are not getting away tonight. Then Mary stood up, greeted them all, and said to her brethren, do not weep and do not grieve. Right? This is Mary, who Jesus spent more time with than he did those kids. Why? What do you think? At least she was an adult. Jesus Christ. So Mary Magdalene, who's walking around with the sex drugs, you know, the alabastron, giving it to Jesus, right? What do you think those kids thought of him? Give me the next one. What did Peter think? Peter's a murderer, dude. Peter said to Mary, sister, right? Look at him. You remember when Mary, the mother of Jesus, came to Jesus, and he's like, "What the hell do I have to do with you? What do you want with me?" Right? That's how he talked to his mother, dude. Right? So how does Peter talk? Sister, we know the Savior loved you more than the rest of women. Wait, what? Remember the context. These are boy prostitutes of Galilee. They got an operation going, right? They're laestes, right? Laestai in the plural. Nice. What does he say? Tell us the words of the Savior, which you remember, which you know, but we do not, nor have we heard them. Tell us, come on, tell us. What did he tell you? Mary answered and said, what is hidden from you, I will proclaim to you. Right? Again, remember the difference in age. The difference in age and what is being communicated. Right? This is Jesus washing the feet of these kids nude. Right? Remember what's being communicated. Give me the next one. Sister. Oh, yeah. Give it to me. When Mary, she fell silent, since it was to this point that the Savior had spoken with her. Okay. But Andrew answered and said to the brethren, said to his bros, say what you wish to say about what she said, right? I didn't give it to you. I, at least, do not believe that the Savior said this. Look at that. Somebody stands up right away. No way. For certainly these teaching are strange ideas. So Peter answered and spoke concerning the same thing. He questioned them about the Savior. Did he really speak privately with the woman and not openly to us? Are we to turn about and listen to her? Did he prefer her to us? Listen to the youth. Listen to that teenage masculine mentality. Well, she likes us. If he likes her better than us. Then Mary wept and said to Peter, my brother Peter, what do you think? Do you think that I have thought this up myself in my heart? Right? She's got to approach him like an adult would. Right? Okay. Now I see you contending against the woman like the adversaries. Right? This turns into a fight. Right? You think this is all holy and Christians, we're holy, we're made holy, our holiness. No. Jesus was out earlier giving her his own ejaculate. Okay. All right. The Christianity is not what you thought it was. Yeah, let's keep going. Keep going. Look, people, this is quickly than Jesus. Oh, God, this is more the Black Bible. I just want to say more Apocrypha, right? This is, I think we're still Coptic. Then Jesus, the compassionate, said unto them, rejoice and exult from this hour on, for I've gone to the regions out of which I have come forth. Remember, he was with them for a period of time after the resurrection. And he's got to go up, right? From this day on, then, will I discourse with you in openness from the beginning of the truth unto its completion. Wait, you're going to tell us something in the open, finally? And I will discourse with you face to face without similitude. From this hour on, I will not hide anything from you of the mystery of the height and of that of the region of truth. For authority hath been given me through the ineffable and through the first mystery of all mysteries to speak with you from the beginning right up to the fullness. Do you hear that Jesus Christ is working a mystery? Please, you've got to understand this. Next one. You've got to understand. We have texts that show he knows what he's doing. It came to pass when I sat a little removed from you on the Mount of Olives that I thought on the order of the ministry for the sake of which I was sent, that it was completed, and that the last mystery, that is the 24th mystery, from within, without, those which are in the second space of the first mystery in the orders of that space had not yet sent me my vesture. What the hell are you talking about? Put down the drugs, Jesus, and the kids. Put them down. I think he's starting to believe it. I think he's starting to believe his own stuff. Give it to me. Right? Knew we shouldn't have let him read at that age. It came to pass when I had come into the midst of the rulers of the ions. Okay, people, can you hear the Greek behind it? What do you think that ion is? You and I have been looking at the ion forever. It is ionic life that Christ offers to people, not eternal life. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believes in him should not perish, but have everlasting life. That phrase, everlasting life, isn't there. The phrase is ionic, and it's what these people are talking about. I look down on the world of mankind. Oh, God, this drug trip is awesome. By command of the first mystery. Woo! I found Elizabeth, the mother of John the Baptizer, before she had conceived him, and I sowed into her a power which I had received from the little Iao. Do you understand? I am coming for you. I am coming for you in the name of Iao, and I'm going to sow that seed. Oh yeah. Is this universe gorgeous or what? And I left the region behind me, right? Because you can fly on this stuff, and came to the gate of the second sphere, which is the fate. Then were all its gates thrown into agitation and opened of themselves, and I entered into the houses of the fate. Did you know Jesus did this kind of stuff? Right? Remember Paul? When he says, I was in the so-and-so heaven, third, fourth, where the hell did he go? Right? The landscape of the invisible is enormous. The landscape of the invisible is enormous. You'll pop your noodle if you don't have a guide. Right? That pneuma, that spirit has to be your guide. Right? Or you'll end up coming back not quite the same. Right? You want the born again, not the, oh my God, when am I going to stop seeing these faces? Right? You know what I mean? Well, that's what happens, you know. I left that region behind. Right, fate. I wanted to give you fate, people. Look at fate. You can read the Greek behind the text. Right? Just like here. Where am I, Isaiah, learning all my shit? It's verse number 3. Kai pros elfon prosten propheten. His wife is a prophet. She is a Christ. Do you understand? Right? What is this? Is this a dude Isaiah in the 8th century? No, absolutely not. Right? This is a dude being constructed in the 3rd century by a people who are developing mystery rites that will eventually be called Judaism and Christianity. Right? Okay, I see. Did somebody clear out the babies? Right? Somebody, 2-year-olds, did we take out the 3-year-olds? Right? Take them out. Get them out. Right? Get them out. Take them back to their mamas and say, why'd you give them up? That's creepy, bro. Right? That's kind of creepy. Just fucking leave them in the woods, man. Right? If you're going to, that's what they did. I'm telling you, that's what they did. You're going to donate them to the temple. They're going to pay a price. Maybe they'll come back after you. Give me the next one. Unless you're like Jesus, in which case you can control yours. And I took from all 1/3 of their power. This is Jesus. They should no more. By the way, there's a prophecy coming up. I really want you to see. They should no more be active in their evil doing. And that if the men who are in the world invoke them in their mysteries, those which the angels who transgressed have brought down, that is their sorceries, i.e. drugs. Again, smell the Greek. Right? In order, therefore, if they invoke their evil doings, blah, 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 they can't accomplish them. You see what Jesus is doing as a trans-dimensional warrior, right? Who's into the boy butt dancing. Do you understand? He's dancing his way into that kingdom throne. When then he had said this to his disciples, he said, who hath ears to hear? Let him hear. It came to pass, right? He's always repeating that mystery phrase, right? All right, shut up. You said it enough, right? Right? Look at the devil. Does he look like he cares? Make it brief. It came to pass then when Mary had heard the Savior say these words that she gazed fixedly into the air for a space of an hour. Wait. Look at this. Right? What are these people doing? Oh, they're surrounding themselves with drugs. They have a mystery that is just drugs itself. They take these crazy drugs to make you horny and want to kill someone at the same time. And what does this woman do to hear the voice of Jesus? Well, she stares at the sky for an hour. For an hour. Now, I hope that, I don't know, because this is Coptic, but if that's a Roman hour, that's like, it changes at different times. That's a couple of our hours. Right? It's like a watch. Jesus, what are you doing? You're staring at the sky. Right? And what conclusions? And Jesus, the compassionate, answered and said to Mary, this is the voice, right? She gets in her head when she stares at the sky for an hour. Mary, thou blessed one, whom I will perfect in all mysteries of those of the height. Discourse in openness, thou whose heart is raised to the kingdom of heaven more than all thy brethren. Okay. Did you know that about Mary? Did you know people considered her at the time to be above the apostles? Those brats from Galilee. Did you know that? She was the real thing, man. Mary was the real thing. Right? I think Peter ended up jealous or something. Right? Doesn't it sound like the boys are jealous? And that gets my goat that we can't bring that out. You can't say that. You can't say that about Jesus Christ. You can't talk about the sexual dynamics. That's what the canonization is for. That's why we canonize. So you can't look beyond the cross of Christ to see what the sin is that it covers. Right? That priest's holy garments. You know what's on that priest's privates? Historically. Love you, Penelope. Love you, Penelope. Go. Go. Okay, take her. Now, give me the last one. I want to end people on some kind of revelation here. You people people can help me understand this, because honestly, I don't. Please, straight from the muse. Jesus answered and said to Mary, they will not accomplish them as they accomplished them from the beginning, because I have taken away a third of their power, but they will raise alone from those who know the mysteries of the magic of the 13th ion. And if they invoke the mysteries of the magic of those who are in the 13th ion, they will accomplish them, because I have not taken away power from that region, according to the command of the first mystery. Fantastic. Do you understand? What is it that is in the mosaics that are in the synagogues? It is ion. It is ion. What is it that they're doing in the temple of Jerusalem to the Marys of the world? We know. They say it grows back. You have no idea who you are or where you're from. Thank you for coming tonight. I appreciate your time. Hail Satan.
Show me love, big bags of blood, purple fingers, sticky touch. Turn it up to mix a lot, I cannot lie, I like big butts. Monte Carlo cruising up, Bella C, my mama dear. And Lady Justice I trust, Vampirella with the leather whip, and a red corset, and stiletto heels. The drug will take him to hell. She likes the darkest dreams. Snake witch, with dragons dancing. Rock and roll, the stone romancing. She sent you to the dark harbor to pick up the stash. It's a monster mash. Try some hot purple, you'll have a bash. Why you so serious? I'm the man who laughs. Lady Babylon in a chariot by a seven-headed beast dragon drawn. I love you, mama dear. Hail Satan. Turn it up out the speakers. Dope tweakers. This track's a banger.